If being cool was a religion, Vergil would be its god. Why? Because V, half of his character, has lines like this.
I have no name. I am but 2 days old.
Released in 2019, V first appeared in Devil May Cry 5, a mysterious character with a cold face that looks like Javier Bardem if Javier Bardem was a rock singer. He's probably one of the most debated characters in DMC because he divided the players into two groups. They either love him for his character or hate him for his fighting system. But who says if any of them are wrong? The second one. The second group are wrong because V is a fucking god. I mean, I'm a dude and I love him. Imagine how the girls would feel. Hello everyone, Old Soul here, and today we analyze V, a Devil May Cry character. If you enjoyed,
you shall subscribe.
In pursuit of more power, Vergil banished his humanity in the form of a person who then called himself V. But how did this happen exactly? The legendary Dark Knight Sparda gave Yamato to Vergil and Rebellion to Dante. With this, he got a little sneaky. He made it that if one of his sons got so desperate that stabbed himself with his own sword, also known as seppuku in Japanese, he gains immense power he always had but couldn't tap into. Yeah, remember this? That's what happened to Dante, and then he started flying. So when Vergil felt less stormy and was falling weak on his knees, he used the power to push out his humanity as he thinks all of his failures derive from that. No bro, you just need to get good. But why does he look like this? Well, the white hair was inherited from Sparda, and now that the demonic side is almost out of the picture, his hair is black. Why not blonde like his mom? Because it wouldn't look cool, damn it. His tattoos are the demonic bonds between him and his pets. That's how he controls them, and the cane is his last link to a lost power he once had. V has a mysterious and quiet personality. We see him multiple times reading this book, which is a William Blake's. The name Urizen and this poem also belongs to Blake. More on that later. V is not just the embodiment of goodwill and humane virtues of Vergil. He inherited the wisdom too. V has no power, but he uses others, whether it's Dante and Nero or his little pets, to fight for him. He's clever and plays everyone without giving them any real information, while the other half is at his peak stupidity. He just sits there and can't fight for shit. Ever noticed how Urizen speaks like idiots?
I need power. More power.
While V is like,
We are one and the same, you and I. But you've lost me, and I've lost you.
Also, this line implies an important point. It wasn't just Vergil's demonic side who hated the human half. V too thought less of Urizen, seeing him as the problem and seeking to destroy him so he can be pure and complete. With that in mind, the song Bury the Light takes on a whole new meaning. It can represent Vergil's attempt to bury his humanity, but it can also mean his other side's attempt to bury the power, the demon inside. At the end, V realizes all of this wretchedness is not because of Vergil's demonic side, but because he didn't put a leash on it. That's why in the end he merges with Urizen instead of killing him. That's why Vergil becomes a better person in the end. His humanity mans up and shackles the demon. Wisdom is knowing what you lack. V is well aware of how weak he is, but he also knows what he's capable of, using others to fight for him. So it makes sense he can't jump around, but he can command Griffon and Shadow and Nightmare to fight for him. He kinda reminds me of Evil Morty. He too used other rigs in battle. I mean, if we ignore the fact that he became Iron Man in season 7. A Poison Tree is a poem by William Blake, and we see one of the couplets at the very beginning. I'm not gonna read the whole poem here because this isn't high school, so just pause the video and read it or search it up yourself. Anyway, first time seeing this in the game, we think it's about Qliphoth, the demonic tree of life. Shockingly, it's not. It's about the very thing Blake implies in his poem. The poem is about a man who hides his anger from his enemy, and the anger grows like a tree. He feeds the tree with his fears and hate until it bears a poisonous apple. In the end, his enemy eats the apple and dies. This is what happened to Vergil. That's what loneliness does to a man. He watered his anger towards the humans, his brother, and himself. This anger then creates his whole personality, hating humans, trying to be more like his father, and defeating his brother. Here, the apple represents this action, burying the light and separating demon from human. William Blake tries to warn us about the effects of obsessing with our emotions, hiding them and letting them build up until it's too late. In the game, they keep telling us Vergil is Urizen and V is just a part of it, but that's not true at all. There is no Vergil anymore, so the apple, not this, the one in the poem, poisons both of them, making them both miserable. That's why we said this.
But you've lost me, and I've lost you.
This hatred made both of them weak, and with that, they lost each other. It means a lot if you hit the like button so my video reaches other people too. Also, if you enjoyed, please subscribe. But anyway, don't you forget.
Be safe, friend. Don't you dare go hollow.